It's day 5 of the 5-day Wealth with Ease activation. Where did 5 days go? Oh my gosh. But buckle up because I'm bringing it today. I told everyone it's totally spirit. It's all just divine downloads for this conversation today. I pray and I intend ahead of time that it just blesses you and really gives you the deepest understanding that can come through me of what wealth with ease looks like when you have mastered the divine feminine. Ease and flow and alignment and just gracefully experiencing abundance. That is my intention. So as you're all coming in, hey, Instagram, hello, Facebook, YouTube, all the places that you get to watch this, I am so blessed to be with you today and extremely grateful that we get to have this high level wealth conversation. And we're going to start it off with everyone got play money. You all know the game that we've been playing all week, and you got $888,000 to do what wealthy people do. Wealthy people have so much money in excess that they actually create foundations. They give back. At least that's the wealthy person I want to be. And I truly believe that the people that are aligned to this conversation have a heart of generosity. They're charitable. Like, I think this is probably one of the easiest ways to think about how to give away money is for the betterment of either the next generation, a charity that's near and dear to your heart, women who want support in starting businesses so that they can become more independent, whatever it is that's been laid on your heart. How amazing is it to have $888,000 to start your very own foundation? So I want to hear in the chat, let me know wherever you're watching, how are you going to invest that? It's not even spend it. You have the opportunity because you have so much wealth to create a foundation that makes the world a better place. Let me know how you're doing. What did you do with it? This is my favorite part. This is my absolute favorite part, is just getting to see what's in your hearts for wealth. And now I love it. When I look over this way, by the way, when I look this way, I get to read the comments and just see how you all are, doing your thing with your wealth that you are playing with. And now I want to ask you about this week. And I want to ask you, we're going to just do a really quick review. We've been together for 5 days. It, for me, has been incredible to come and bring this wisdom and God's knowledge through me for you. And I would love to know how you experienced it, right? So have you had fun? Have you had fun waking up every morning and just loving that every single day? It's like your biggest thing to think about in the morning is how are you going to spend this play money? We started with $11,000 on Monday, right? Then the next day, 111,000. Then the next day, 222,000. Then 555,000. And today, my favorite number of all, my personal life path number is 8, which is for prosperity. And so I love that we get to end the week with $888,000 for you to sit with. How does that feel to wake up every morning and your number one thing to decide is how am I going to spend my money? Let me see what money is available for me to spend. Go ahead and let me know in the chat, wherever you're watching. Let me know how that felt. How did that feel for you? And I want to also ask you, as you got each of those numbers, and every day the amount was for something different, what was the number that had you thinking the most? I saw some people saying $222,000 to travel for 3 months. That was where I got stuck. Tasha, I couldn't even imagine using that much money for travel, which is a big aha, because it's wow, where am I in resistance to pleasure? Where am I in resistance to having that much excess money that I could do something that I would enjoy, it would allow me to relax and have fun? Where did you get stuck in the numbers? One of the things is I always start off with allowing you to spend money on yourself, because that's where most women, when I used to put it at day 3 and day 4, women would get stuck because it's easy for them to spend the money and give it away. But when it came to doing it for themselves, it was really hard. And they would use the money to invest in their business or to buy a present for their partner or whatever it was, anything but them. And so one of the greatest lessons of this week is not only to practice playing with putting yourself in this wealth vibration. Everything is first a thought. I learned a very valuable lesson when someone I was dating asked me, if I give you $10 million, Tasha, how would you like give me a 10% return? What would you invest it in? And my answer was, like deer in the headlights. And I realized in that moment, I wasn't normalizing wealth in my mind, in my thoughts. I wasn't normalizing having that amount of excess money to do something with. And so if I haven't thought it, I can't live it. I can't experience it. And that's why I put you in this play money state of overflow and abundance, because first you have to be it in order to have it. You have to put yourself in that state on a like as often as you possibly can. But what do? We spend more of our time being practical with money, paying bills, budgeting, planning for like the next 5 years. Well, you know what? Yeah, you can do that. Or you can use your powerful reticular activating system to normalize thoughts of wealth and a lot of money. And so, yes, I know we've been having fun, but hopefully you're seeing the like power play that I've been doing with you behind the scenes while we're having fun. And just to make the point, you can be wealthy and have fun too. It doesn't need to be you become wealthy because you worked really hard and struggled, right? You can be wealthy and have fun too. So with that said, I want to hear some of the ahas that you had. Where did you get stuck? I'm just going to do a quick recap of the last 4 days because I want you to share with me in the chat. I want you to tell me where was the day that was like the thing that broke it for you, like took you into the next level of aha, insight, awareness, knowing. A beautiful woman that's watching, Lori, I just want to call you out because one day this week I saw her say, I had a sit down with me. I always say I had a come to Tasha conversation. You know, I got to like look myself and have some real talk, tough conversations with myself. And so those of you that had those this week, I want to know, which day was it? Was it day number 1 when we talked about realignment? I brought to your attention that we have think about it like a superpower within us. We were all made with this, and it's our reticular activating system. This part of the brain, it brings into life whatever we focus on. And so once you realize that that's happening, my question to you is, what have I been focusing on? What have I been feeding my reticular activating system? And I know that when I present that question and you sit back for a while, you go, I worry a lot. I spend a lot of time feeding it worry. I spend a lot of time feeding it, how is this going to happen? I spend a lot of time thinking wealth is not for me. I spend a lot of time thinking I want wealth, but I don't know if I can really like be that woman who is that wealthy. I worry about how I'm going to change, right? So I just want you to tell me, like, was that the day when you go, oh my gosh, what have I been doing with my thoughts? Or we went to day number 2. We talked about the 16 money traumas. And this was where I showed you that for many of us, we're experiencing a financial upper limit because we have past experiences where money was involved and we experienced trauma. And when you experience trauma, the only thing that you humanly want to do is to protect yourself from the thing that caused the trauma. And that is money. And so unbeknownst to you, as you're spending hours watching YouTube, as you're investing in all the personal development and all the things for your business, and you're doing so much, you're exhausted, there's this thing inside of you that's saying, but stay safe, stay right here below this financial limit. Can you imagine you're doing all that? And to figure out that the thing that's causing you to not break through the financial limit is not the country you live in. It's not the opportunities you have. It's not the color of your skin. It's not the education you have. It's not the business you're in. It's none of those things. It's you wanting to keep yourself safe. Just think about that for a second. So was it that? Was it, the fact that we have to revise those past experiences? We have to go into our subconscious mind and literally rewire those moments of trauma with money. Was it that for you? Then we went into the next day, day 3, and we talked about giving yourself permission to ask for what you really want. So many women, we have been told, stifle your desire. It's bad. You're a bad girl to acknowledge that you desire things. What's wrong with you? Why do you dream so much? Why can't you be more practical? And then we go from hearing all that to you genuinely not believing you deserve wealth, or you deserve to have wealth with ease. You talk a great game. You're out there saying it. Where's my jar? Oh my gosh, I need my jar. Okay. You're out there saying you're full of deservingness. You really genuinely believe it because you say it so much. One quick second. You say it so much, but inside of yourself, you are empty on deservingness. And you know that you are. You know that the truth is, no matter what you say, you know that inside you don't have the level of deservingness that you should, because you look at the results in your life and you see, I really don't believe I deserve wealth with ease because I work so hard for it. I'm incongruent, right? I have a cognitive bias here. I'm in cognitive dissonance with this. And so, was that the day when you, like, I know for so many women, this is why I wrote an entire book on deservingness. For so many women in my 10 years of showing women how to do this, $55 million, an amazing amount of lives transformed. But what is at the crux of it for so many women? They genuinely don't believe they deserve it. And so, was it that for you? And then we talked about, okay, we have to do the work so that you can heal the deservingness, step into your desire, and have what you really, really, truly want for yourself that's so buried underneath all that be revealed to you. So I teach this process called the vision alignment method. Step number 1 is revising limitations, past money traumas. We have to do a lot of revision on our subconscious mind and stuff that's programmed in our reticular activating system. Step number 2, we have to really work on deservingness and desire, so that what we really want, we can take it from out of the depth of our heart and have it just be revealed to us, and we stand proudly saying yes to it. Step number 3 is what we did yesterday, where we talked about, now that all of that, just imagine, oh my gosh, you have done all of the revision. You're standing for what you desire and you embody that you deserve it. Now we get to use the superpower tool, which is visualizing. So imagine that you now have just stepped into this place. I don't know how else to say it, where you literally spend time in the embodiment of your future self that's already experiencing wealth with ease. And she has been nudging you, come along, do the work. Come on, I'm over here. It's amazing. It's fun. Come experience this life. And all she's asking you to do is to spend time with her. And how do we spend time with her so that we can collapse physical time and be her in the physical as quickly as possible? We have to master visualizing. And so I showed you the nuances where so many people, everybody knows how to visualize, but if you're not doing it right, if you're not doing it with all of your clarity and distinctions about what is the end scene, it's either going to take a lot longer, or you're going to manifest the wealth that you want in probably a way that you truly did not desire, or taking it a long time, or it comes, but then it goes, right? So we got to really fine tune how to use this power tool, which is visualizing. And that's step number 3, where we talked about reliving. And then today we're going to do receiving. Now that you've done the first 3 parts, you've done the revision, you've stepped into revealing what you really want, you're reliving your future memory as often as you possibly can. Now it's time to just receive, and receive in the feminine divine energy. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And first, I have decided to have a vulnerable share with you. I've been doing this work for a long time. I don't think I spoke that much this week about where I'm coming from, but I had a conversation with a woman yesterday that really caused me to reflect and really, just say, you know what, I want to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you, woman to woman, about me, my journey. I have always wanted to be financially successful, always. And I am from a culture and a family and a religion that said the way to that is to work hard. And I was like, okay, I can do that. I can work hard. And I worked really hard. And that was a promise they gave me. If you work really hard, Tasha, you're going to be successful. And I did it. I got an amazing career. Then I got an amazing business. I built it to 7 figures. And then literally the formula that they promised me would work failed me. It failed me so bad. I filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I lost my marriage. My health was to crap. I was in and out of the hospital every couple of days. And my kids did not know who I was. They were like, who is this woman that just walked in? Like literally, I was so, I was a shell of the Tasha that's looking at you right now. In fact, physically, I look completely different. You wouldn't even recognize me. And so that woman got divorced, sat on the kitchen floor every day crying in fear financially, and looked at my kids one day as I stood at the mailbox and get another proof of my financial failure. It looks like past due bills, overdraft notices, the red stamped, like that, just audacious, just evidence of you are a financial failure. And I remember that day, it changed my life because I opened the mailbox. I knew what was in there. It was in there every single day, right? My evidence of all of my fears that I spent every day obsessing over was in that mailbox every afternoon. And I looked at my son. We made eye contact. He was in the car and I looked away really quickly. And in that moment, this was my defining moment. I said, Tasha, why did you look away from your kid? What was that about? And the answer was, I'm ashamed. I am guilty for where I have come to in this life. But you know what? I will not cause this to be the legacy that I leave for these kids. I will not do it. I got to figure this out. I got to solve this. I got to change. I don't know how, God, but I am literally crying out right now. Help me change this. And so the conversation that I had with this woman yesterday was, and so how did you do it, Tasha? How did you get past the moments of fear? How did you, stop the asking how? How did you invest in yourself? How did you just move beyond yourself? And I'm grateful to her for asking me that question, because I'm so far removed now from that Tasha that I don't remember to talk about her often enough. And I want to be very transparent with you in my answer to that. That moment with my son, my daughter and my son were both in the car. And I made that decision. In that moment, that decision, and thank you, Tammy, for bringing this to my presence this morning too. That decision was not just, I wasn't doing it for Tasha. I had been on that kitchen floor for a year doing nothing. But that moment with my kids, when I looked at them and I saw if I didn't change this, they were going to grow up believing everything that I had believed. When I saw all that the worrying was doing to me, how exhausted I was from just always trying to figure it out, I looked at those kids and I was like, this will not be what I leave for them. It will not be. And so the thing that drove me the most, was thinking about my mother who had me at 18, and God bless her heart, had to struggle so much, leave me in the care of other people. The worry that she must have had for all of those years. What's going on with my child while I'm over here having to make money, right? All of that pressure. My grandmother, who her husband died at 45 and left her with 10 kids, and she had to send her kids away because she couldn't afford it financially. And just thinking about the generations of women who have had to figure out money. And that moment was like, I will not do this. I have what it takes. I have what it takes. And forget education, forget any of that. First of all, people would say, I can't do the crying today. Got pretty makeup on. But, people would say you live in a small town. Nobody even knows the town I live in. Literally nobody. When I have events, people have to search it. Which airport do we fly into? Because nobody knows this town. I have all the physical, logical reasons to not be experiencing the financial success that I have. But the one thing that I do have is the knowing that I am capable of it. And so the answer to the question is, it started out as I needed to do this to stop this cycle for myself and for my children. That's the why. I needed to figure it out. I was exhausted from the burden of the generations before me and me. And I did not want my children to grow up like that, especially because I know, it doesn't have to be that way. That is just a generational agreement that we have all collectively made. And that I don't want to put anybody in a bad spot, but the people who tell you you have to work hard, that told us that and we agreed, who's benefiting from that agreement? Them not working hard or us working hard? We're agreeing and we're doing the hard work, but who's benefiting from that lie? Why didn't they tell us you have a power within you to create wealth and it's way easier than your effort? Why don't you learn how to do that? Let's teach you that while you're in school? Because it wasn't of the benefit to them. 2% of the human population owns 50% of the wealth. What do you think the other 98% of the population's doing? What they say, work hard. I'm going to get off of my soapbox. As I need you to know, I was exhausted, and talking to this woman yesterday and just watching her in the pattern of repeatedly trying to figure out how, and like the limitations she had to overcome. That was my greatest motivation. I was exhausted from all of that. I did not want to live like that anymore. I wanted to live in choice. That was, I never ever wanted to think my kids asking me for something and I have to think about if I can afford it. I want to go to Europe for 8 months. Let me see what's in the budget. Like, I hate that. I don't know about you. I hate financial limitations of any kind. And I especially hate when I have the money and then it's me in my head saying I don't deserve it. I shouldn't have it. That's not responsible. I really hate that. So how did I do it? Every single moment that I saw myself in a fear, I saw myself in a limitation, I saw myself worrying, every single one of those times, I took action. I did something to break that cycle, whether it was to invest in myself, to grab my journal, to go find the resources that would help me. I did whatever it took. I had that burning desire for myself. I don't know about you, but that was me. Today, the reason why I don't talk a lot about that is I'm in a different place now. And what I am doing now, what motivates me today, is I have done all of that. Like, I can't even remember the last time I was in a how conversation with myself. I really couldn't. When she was asking me, it's like, well, it's been a long time. I can't remember. Like, I've done the work and surpassed that. Would you like that kind of peace? Right? So for me, the thing now that motivates me is I know my capacity. I know what I'm capable of. I know the gifts that God has given me. I know the promises that are for me. And they are this: you're here to have abundance with ease, wealth with ease. Tasha, here is what you're capable of. And it's a crazy number. It would blow your mind if I told you. It doesn't blow my mind. I know in my spirit. That's what I came here to experience. That is what I came here to have. And so my drive now is, when my time comes, I get to meet God and I get to hear, well done, Tasha. Well done. Well done. Not only did you do it and you did it well, you maxed out what I said you could do in the life that I gave you. That, the parable at 5 years old, I was the valedictorian for my little preschool. And the thing that I had to do was read Matthew 25. Yeah, I think it's Matthew 25, but it's the story of the parables, right? The 5 talents. And it's amazing that God gave me that message at 5 years old, because I got it. I got it. I understood, and I've understood my whole life. You have one life. You have some gifts, you have some talents, you have a capability, you have a capacity, and you get to decide, are you going to bury that? And then when it's your turn, you go, I kept it safe. I lived safe. I stayed safe. I was responsible. Or are you going to go, I took those talents, God, creator, and I turned them into 25, right? I multiplied what you gave me. And here I am beyond what I was capable of and living to the fullest of my potential. That's what drives me today. I'm Tasha, and that's my message. We're done. Bye. Have a great day. No, really look at the time. Oh my gosh. Now I get to tell you what you came here for. I don't know why that just was I like no plans, but I just feel like you need to hear that. We can talk about all this stuff, but I just need you to know, let me be your example of what's possible for you, right? I want to ask this woman that said yes to herself a few days ago to join me. So can I have Thashna join me? Because I want the women that are in this conversation to hear what happens when you do what I did and you just was like, I'm doing this. It's my time. Thashna, I love you. Thank you for saying yes last minute being here. Thashna, I use all the time, Thashna, so you gotta have to talk really fast. But you messaged me and you said, Tasha, I just said yes. I made the investment, I paid in full, and then this thing happened after you did it. Can you talk about that and just share with the women that are watching?
Sometimes, we've been through this before, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
And when it came to take the leap, I was like, no, I can't do it. And then I bailed. And that was like 7 years ago. Fast forward now to now, the difference between my life then and my life now is there are lots of different changes. Obviously, romantically beautiful, but financially, there's no change. Everything is exactly the same.
7 years.
Yes, 7 years. Yeah, it's exactly the same. Okay, I'm not in debt, but I'm not moving. And the irony of it is the desires that I have inside of me now are so huge. They're so vast. And every time I try to move, I just almost feel paralyzed because deciding that I wanted to do it myself and not go with you at the time because I couldn't afford to, you learn all these little things that you could do but they just leave you kind of paralyzed because there's so much information and you're not sure how to put it into action. Mm-hmm. And that's basically what my life has been for the last 7 years. But I gave Lisa an analogy when I was signing up, and I said, I feel like that guy in the ocean, hanging on to his log and saying, God, please help me, help me, help me. The sharks are going to get me or I'm going to drown. Please help me. And then the boat comes and he goes, go away. God is going to help me. No. Mm-hmm. God is going to help me. Then another boat comes and he shoos it away. And you know the end of the story. 3 boats comes and he drowns. But I'm thinking, no, man, no, my boat came before and I didn't get on it. I'm getting on the boat because I will not allow myself to drown with my desires inside of me.
Oh my God.
There's so much going on inside of me that I want to express. And this is subconscious thing. I can feel it. It's just like every time I go, it goes, And I'm just like, okay, it's time to get on the boat. It's time to get on the boat.
So you said yes, you did it. Like you went and you actually looked at your funds and the exact amount was available, right? So which is amazing. That's a whole other story. Like when you say yes, the money will show up, people. That's how it works.
Yes.
But anyway, you had this release. That's what I want you to talk about. That moment where you were just like, tell us about that.
And I said to Lisa, I've never spent all of this money in as much money as this in one go at one thing for myself ever. And I'm actually doing this for me. This is like, and it blew my mind. And what kind of came over me as soon as I said yes and I paid and I gave the funds was, I feel so relieved. I feel almost like I was being carried. It was almost like, this is the right thing to do. Whereas before, 7 years ago, it was like, oh my God, it was just panic. This time it was just like this peace. It was just like, I was so excited, when I ran inside and told Andrew, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm going to do this thing with Tasha. And I'm so excited. That's all I felt was pure energy, pure excitement, because I knew that what I've been praying for, it's been knocking on my door. And as much as I tried to ignore it, it came the second time around, and I am on the boat. I'm on the boat. I'm really excited. So I just want, anybody out there who are just second guessing this, you can't give what you don't have. So if you want the wealth, you have to invest to have it.
Oh my
That's how I see it. That's how I see it.
Ashna, on behalf of your granddaughter, can you mute for a second? On behalf of your new granddaughter, on behalf of your daughter, on behalf of the generations to come, I just want to applaud you for not letting 7 more years go by. Now your granddaughter will get to watch you in this experience, and this will be her normal, right? And so on behalf of the generations to come,
yes,
thank you.
I have broken the cycle. Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
I want you all to see really quickly the women. So tomorrow we have a Zoom call at 1 p.m. Eastern. I just want to get this out of the way. I am going to give you what you came here for today, but I also want you to meet the women that are going to be supporting you when you come on this journey. This journey for me is very sacred. Your hands need to be held. Your hearts need to be held. Your mind, your fears, your limitations, they need to be supported as you go on this journey. That's why it's not a do-it-yourself thing. So I want you to meet the mentors. Can we have Coach Nads, Coach Carla? I'm not sure if Lisa's here yet with us. Is Lisa on? And can you just say hi? And we're going to have you share more tomorrow in depth. But, Coach Nads, what are you, having served women going on this journey, what are you the most excited about for the women who say yes this time around?
First, I'd like to say thank you for just being here. Thank you for opening this space for so many people. I see it as a global movement, and I'm just so grateful to be here. So I'm Coach Nads, and I want to also say, pleasant day. I'm Coach Nads. I'm listening. I have been in a space where I give people the opportunity to be seen and heard. I'm excited to hear of your evidence. I'm excited to see your lives transforming because, Tashana said it earlier, it feels liberating.
Amen.
Liberating.
Yes.
And the freedom you'll feel, it's mind-blowing. One love from my heart to yours.
You're going to get a lot of Jamaican energy, as you figured out already. Thanks, Coach Nads. Coach Carla! Yay! Coach Carla, by the way, her thing is the self-talk, right? And I love that we have that support in this 4-month container because, honest to God, don't we know it? It's ourselves. That's the greatest battle to overcome. So, Coach Carla, I know you're going to talk more tomorrow on the Zoom call, but what are you the most excited about for those that are here saying yes this time?
Well, I'm so grateful to be here and excited and piggybacking on what Nadine said, but I'm going to add on the part of I am here to hold you accountable, accountable and responsible for the things that you desire and that you're committed to. This whole team is committed to your success. And I'm saying that because everybody knows me. And you get to know me, and I don't mince words, but it's all from love because you are not here. You're investing in yourselves, and you're investing to go to a place that you've never experienced before. And let me tell you, it's fun. You get these aha moments, and we're just gonna play around. We're here for it all. The tears, we're going to throw those away when they come out, and then we're going to replace them with where we're going forward to and make it happen. So I'm grateful. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I mean, who doesn't want this in their life, right? And so when I tell you why other programs you've invested in may not have worked at the level that you desired, is because that piece about being supported in making sure you're implementing and embodying. I'm not putting down any other program, none of them. I'm not even putting down YouTube University today, right? But like, I can get all the information. I have a library filled with books over there. But until I embody and implement, and I'm just going to be honest, I don't know about you, but I kind of need some help with the implementing. I really do, right? And so this is what Coach Carla's expertise is all about. I'm here for it. All right, Coach Lisa, really quickly. Hello. And so Lisa's going to be the one that Lisa is a more, please, more, please, thank you, more. Like Lisa lives in more. And this woman, you will get to hear more of her story yesterday. She has been my like money trauma testimonial for 5 years or 4 years or however long I've known her, right? So you'll get to hear more about a woman who overcame incredible amounts of money trauma to become a mentor with us. So Lisa, what do you have to say to everyone that you're going to get to support this time?
So I am so excited to support you, first of all, in asking for more and being okay with asking for more. I'm excited about that, but I would have to say my heart is truly cheering you on in this process, but also watching you transform your life and the ripple effect that it has on those around you. Because yes, when we change inwardly, everything around us starts to change, right? And life just gets good and it keeps getting better. I think I said last year, I was like, this is like the gift that keeps on giving. And so I can't wait for you guys to experience that as well.
Oh my gosh. All right. So you're going to get to meet your mentors. There they are. You'll see their faces. You'll get to meet them more tomorrow on Zoom at 1 p.m. Eastern. Can we drop the link for Zoom in the chat, and everybody just like copy and paste it to a browser, put it somewhere in your phone. You're going to get emails. You're going to get messages from me in Facebook Messenger, but we want to make sure we have it. So it's going to be in the like pinned in the comment. Make sure that you copy and paste that. And then I want to bring on a woman, Dakira, and Dakira, you're going to have to make this really quick. This woman I met, she did this 5-day experience with me. And you're moving your mic or your phone around and it's a little noisy, Dakira. So I met her, and when it came time to enroll, she talked to me on the phone. She had me. And she was so in her money trauma. She was like, I don't know if I feel safe giving you my credit card information. I'm never going to forget it. I was like, you're actually not talking to my team. You're talking to me. And she's like, yeah, I just have so many fears, right, that I am scared. And she went on to do the program. And the thing that I love that I want you to share is your business like went through the roof. Amazing things started happening in your life. You've healed your traumas. You're, like at the next level personally. But what I love about your story is that you came in for you got your own results, but you had a desire in your heart to see your husband like leave what he was doing because you saw how it limited him and you saw a greater vision for him. And because you invested in yourself and you got the benefit. But just tell us really quickly what it's like to be on the other side, watching your husband in the life that you saw for him.
Yes, thank you so much, Tasha, for the opportunity. And yes, I didn't want to give you my credit card. I remember that. And now I'll give you my phone number and my address, right? But but that taking that leap during that time, like you said, I thought it was for me. And so halfway through our program, my husband had a significant shift. He was a former educator where he was up all night grading papers, parent-teacher conferences, and it was so taxing. And when he made that leap and became a full-time real estate agent, it just opened up our life. And it gave me this space to walk in this feminine energy that I didn't even realize. Like I thought I knew I had it, but now I know I have it because as his wife, I felt like the program had prepared me to release the fear around my money trauma, around security, and around faith,
Wow.
and deservingness. And so I kept going back over and over, hearing that God doesn't give us a spirit of fear, but one of love and power and a strong mind. And that strong mind, I was fed and nurtured through the program, through being constantly reminded, that we deserve to have life and to have it more abundantly. And that making that investment for me wasn't just for me, it prepared me to be able to support him in ways that have prepared him to be that warrior for our family, to be willing to go out and do what men are supposed to do, which is to go out and to conquer and subdue and have dominion in the earth. And so that is what I've been watching him do. And it's been wonderful because I've created this atmosphere for him that allows him to relax and to focus on what he needs to focus on so that he is good for us and for our family. And it allows me to also do what we women do best. And that is to be bold and to be brave and to be beautiful and still be soft, right? And to still just like embrace, it's like, it's fun being a girl. For 10 years before him, I was the sole provider for my family. And so when God blessed me with a husband, I knew that he was blessing me with someone who was going to do and be all it is that God desired for me to have. Right. So I'm just excited, like watching him. It's beautiful.
Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. There's so much in there. I'm telling you what, I just want you to know my problem when I do these 5 days is how can I, in the time that I have, share all the testimonials that I have with you? Because it's impossible. There are so many, but this was the last, not the last time that we did this. I think last year, this time was when I met Dakira and she joined. And, listen to Thashna, who said 7 years went by, and listen to Dakira, who said, in a year, this is what's happened in my life and my family's life. And I am finally in the feminine. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing. And I'm just going to take this opportunity to say the path to this, the path to wealth with ease, by understanding how to do the things that make it easy. It's not that you don't have the opportunities for wealth. It's not that, you're not smart, you don't know everything there is to know. It's none of those things. It's that you might not know the how to get the easy part, and maybe you don't know the how to the wealth part. But the thing that is here and available for you in this moment is the support, the guidance, and the showing you the step by step. And I'm just going to put it out there. It's going to require an action. We only receive when we take action. So if you're listening, I'm going to give you the opportunity right now to take that action for yourself. It's now or 7 more years. It's now or 14 more years. It's now or I don't even want to wait 14 days. I don't know about you. I don't want to wait. I don't want to use time waiting, right? Time's going to pass. That we know for sure. If you're here and you are ready to come join us, type the word action. I chose that word today because it's symbolic of I have to take a leap. And my leap is action oriented so that I can receive the result that I want. Type the word action and you'll get a message from me in Facebook Messenger that will allow you to book a call. You can also go to moneyandprofitmastery.com. Either way, whether you type the word action, you're going to be taken to the website anyway. So that's just the easiest thing to do. Or you can go ahead and you can go to the website directly, moneyandprofitmastery.com. That is the 4-month program that we're inviting you to. I said you can take 7 more years or you can just invest 4 months. 4 months to wealth with ease. You've watched all week. You've sat in the background. You've waited. Whatever your reasons why, you've heard from these women. I know there's something that was said today. That's the thing that you needed to hear. It's the thing that has activated within you. I'm not going to spend any more time in lack of deservingness in not honoring my desire, in not living to my full potential. I'm not going to be the one who keeps this generational stuff of suffering and hard work and worrying going on. It ends with me, for my children, or even if you don't have children, just for the next generation, right? And so type the word action. Let's talk. Let's figure out how we can get you to go on this journey with us. Now, I want to read a story for you from the Bible. This is my story when I prayed and I said, something's up. I need you, God, to show me from the word, like, what is the truth? What is the truth? And whether you believe in God or you believe in Christ or you are a Christian or not, I want you to pretend that I'm reading a story. And it's like a fable. You know how you have those fables and they're just packed with wisdom. And I want you to hear this story. And as you listen to the story, I want you to recognize which one you have been. It's a story about two women, which one you have been and which one you are choosing from this moment going forward. The story says, as Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet just listening to what he had to say. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do all of this work by myself? I tell you, tell her to help me. Tell her to get busy. Tell her to work. Tell her to work harder, right? Like, come on, tell her to get up off of her butt and like work. Martha, Martha, the Lord answered, you are worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. In this story was the I don't even know how to put it. Like, this was the answer that I was seeking. I wanted to know if the right thing was really to work, to worry, to struggle, to hustle, to figure it out. And it says right here, Mary chose the right thing. She chose what is better. She's just choosing to just be still. I'm going to tell her when to act. I'm going to tell her what to do. I'm going to tell her how to do it. But till then, she's not going to be like you, worrying and hustling and grinding. So which one have you been? And which one are you choosing to be? Me, when I read this, I became Mary. I choose easy. I know that the instructions say, easy is the way. And I want to put the story into a business context, because let's face it, you came here because you want wealth. You want to open up your bank account and you want to see more money. How do you have more ease? More ease requires more financially, period, end of story. We're not going to talk about anything else other than the fact. To experience more ease, we need more financial well-being. You can have more time and more spaciousness because you're not worrying and working to make more money, right? So I understood this concept and I decided 5 years into my business, I was going to change things around and I was going to switch into this feminine energy more. And I decided at that 5-year mark, 5 or 6 years, you know what would really make our business grow and quantum leap if we went global? And so I decided, well, there's the masculine option, which is to spend a lot of money, find the resources, go do, and like all the crazy things that you would imagine at a conscious level I could do to take our business global, right? And it required a lot of effort when I thought about it. Or I could choose the feminine way. And the feminine way was to sit down and get really clear on what I wanted for our business, which was I wanted global expansion. And I got really clear. I wrote it as an intention. I have a business manifested board in my office. I put something on the board to signify global expansion. And then I just went about being feminine. I did the work that was present for me to do. Just whatever was here to do in the moment, I just did it. I stayed in flow. I stayed in faith. I took inspired action, but never did I worry about how our business was going to go global. Never did I go, let me go hustle and grind and make it happen. I did the part that was for me to do, which was to ask and to create. The other piece was for me to just stay in action, stay in inspired action. And because I stayed in inspired action, I was just in flow. I acted with faith. I did the work that was in front of me. I got invited to an event where I met a woman while I was at the event. I literally just kept being told, speak to that woman, speak to that woman, speak to that woman. This is what easy looks like. You're intentional, you stay in inspired action, and then you get told exactly what to do. But this is where we stop. I did it. I spoke to the woman. I said, I don't know why I meant to talk to you. What do you do? At this point, I'm not thinking about global expansion. I'm just listening to the instructions that I'm being given. Talk to this woman. I ask her, what do you do? She goes, oh, I have a global organization filled with entrepreneurs from all over the world. And we meet once a month or once a quarter, I don't know, in different locations all over the world. And we just, share and teach with each other what we do. I was like, oh my gosh. What? This is literally what I've asked for right here in front of me. This woman lived in the UK and she was in Orlando, 2 hours from where I live. God didn't even make me have to go fly to find her. He brought her to me, right? This is what ease looks like. But I want you to hear this piece. Had I not stayed in action, I would not have received it that easily. 6 months later, I had gone to 6 different countries and spoken in states all over the United States because of that one chance meeting with that woman. That happens all the time in my life. Why? Because I understand the power of the divine feminine. I understand my part. I don't have my clay here with me, but what I want you to know is a wealthy goddess does not hustle. She doesn't grind. She does not figure out, you know what? I want my ship to move to this destination. So let me blow with all my might, wind behind the sails of my ship. Let me sit here and figure out, like, think of the energy and the effort and the exhaustion of that. The divine feminine, she understands that she has the power to influence the wind. That's ease. When you understand the power you have within you, not to force things to happen, but to influence everything in creation to work for you. The divine feminine, she knows that she partners with her masculine all of creation. She knows that she partners and she influences the universe to create results for her. That's how she gets easy. The women that you see experiencing the kind of success that you know in your heart you desire, and you're wondering, how do they make it look so easy? It's because they understand the difference between force and influence. And they know how, you heard Dakira, she learned how to be in her feminine. She learned how to use the feminine, divine feminine power that she has to manipulate and master the power source of all feminine creation, your subconscious mind. The conscious mind is masculine. It is the thing that you spend a lot of your energy trying to work with, and it is logical. It makes you work hard because it tells you in that conscious mind, see, this correlation, hard work equals success. It makes sense, right? You're like, The divine feminine, the wealthy feminine who's experiencing wealth with ease, she has figured out that actually the work to be done is not to be out there hustling and grinding. The work to be done is to master the power source of all feminine creation, which is your subconscious mind. And that is what no one is spending the time to hold your hand and show you how to do. And that is where wealth with ease lies. So I'm going to give you 3 things really quickly to tell you This is how you step into the feminine. And that part about ease, wealth with ease. These are the 3 things that you have to learn how to master to experience that level of ease. Number 1, you have to master asking. You have to spend more time asking and less time doing. Asking, learning, being taught. I'm telling you, this is not just a thing that you think you know how to do, learning how to do it really well. Why are we experiencing $55 million in illogical ways and growing? Because we know how to ask powerfully. Would you like some support with that? Learning how to ask. You saw Gia in 3 minutes yesterday. She went from asking for less than 3 minutes, asking for 500,000 to being empowered to ask for 2 million. And I'm sure if I call her today, she's up to 5 million, right? Being in a container, in an environment where you ask largely. Now, here's the thing. Remember I gave you my Starbucks example on Wednesday? I went to Starbucks and the girl did not ask me for a tip. No one else this week has asked for a tip. Now, I am in wealth vibe this week. When I tell you, I literally want to give them my money. I want to give it to them. I have so much to give. I am so looking forward to the joy when they take that thing back and see the amount that I have given them. Oh my gosh, I cannot. I live for that moment when they see what they've been given, but none of them have asked. In 3 days, none of them have asked. This is what women are doing, not asking. And God, universe, source is over here going, I have all of it to give you. I have the kingdom to give you. It is my pleasure to give you the kingdom, but you haven't asked. Or you're asking from your traumas, or you're asking small, or you're asking from your little enoughness. Just give me enough, God, to pay the bills. Okay, right? So this is step number 1. The divine feminine experiences wealth with ease because she knows, she masters asking powerfully. Number 2, she assumes it's going to be easy. A lot of women assume wealth is going to be hard. I told you today we're going to talk about the law of assumption. I realized that in order for me to have wealth with ease, I needed to stop assuming it was going to be hard. I needed to step into the assumption of, I'm Tasha, who everything works out for. I'm Tasha, who everything is easy for. I'm Tasha, who wealth happens with ease. I have to master being in the assumption of the woman that experiences wealth with ease. And you know what? I'm going to be very honest with you. It takes work to be able to do that. I need to be supported to stay in that assumption of that version of myself. And so I go get the support that I need because I don't want to work hard for money. I don't. So I think you're here because you don't want that either. But this is the thing. How do you assume an identity that you've never been or you've never assumed? It's going to take support outside of yourself. But that is the key, right? Assuming it will be easy instead of agreeing it's going to be hard. Number 3. So number 1 is to ask. Number 2 is to assume that it's a law of assumption. It's assuming it's going to be easy. And number 3 is acting in ease, acting from a place of ease. This is where, and I'm just going to make this really simple. You choose easy and you outsource hard. What is easy for you? What is a part of creating wealth that you feel easy about versus what is a part of it that's hard? Now you're like, Tasha, I would love to hire a team. I would love to have everybody else do everything else except the part that I love, but I'm not in the place financially to do it. And I say to you, that's where everybody starts. Nobody gets up and they're like, I have all the money to outsource everything. But you know what you can do in this moment? You can start to act as if you already have that. And the step number 1 to acting as if it's going to be easy is to be intentional. These are the things that are going to get outsourced in my business. And I'm a firm believer that my intention to have a team is the thing that caused me to have a team. I agreed that I wanted to only act from the place of the part in this business that I love. I love to study, I love to meditate, and I love to teach. That's it. For a 7-figure business, that's all I want to do. Everything else other people love to do. And so I'm going to act in a way that says, and you do it. And P.S., if you want team, I already have the team for you. That's one of the bonuses that you get when you sign up for our program is you get access to my team, talk with them, see if they're the right fit for you. Okay, so those are the 3 things. Make sure you write them down, right? You want to ask, you want to assume, and you want to act from a place of ease. Now, I want to read to you another one of my favorite excerpts. When you become this wealthy woman who acts from the divine feminine, you hear me talk about ease and you're like, I don't know if I believe it. I don't get it. I don't understand. How does it become easy? When you are in the divine feminine, that place where you are embodying, receiving wealth with ease, this is the masculine part that you partner with that causes it to happen. And here is what it says. When you have the picture of your desires held with faith and purpose, it's taken up by the formless that permeates it to great distances throughout the universe, right? When you are just being in your feminine, you are mastering the subconscious mind, you are totally focused on your desires, then the universe partners with you from the masculine perspective. And this is what happens. All things start moving towards the realization of your desire. Every living thing, every inanimate thing, and the things that aren't even yet created are stirred towards bringing into life what you want. All force, not your force, all the universal force begins to be exerted in that direction. All things move towards you. The minds of people, you are so worried about figuring out the right thing to say, learning your this, learning how to, like all of that stuff that you're worried about. When you just focus on being in the divine feminine and mastering your subconscious mind, the power source of all creation, to create is feminine. That's what your subconscious mind does. When you do that, the minds of people everywhere are influenced, not you forcing anybody into doing anything. The minds of people are influenced towards doing the things that are necessary to the fulfilling of your desires. And it all works for you, not you working for it. It all works out for you. Do you know what that life feels like? It feels pretty easy. It feels like my client, Marcella, who you all met, I think on Tuesday. Marcella was in our group and she shared her wildest desire. And her wildest desire was to meet with NFL families and teach them how to create legacy wealth. But she didn't know how. How am I going to do that? How am I going to meet NFL players? What do I need to do? Like, I don't even know where to start. And so many of you have ideas or careers or a business, and you're like, I have massive desires for wealth, but I don't know where to start. But just by being in her feminine and sharing that desire, I happened to be in a room with very wealthy people who one person shared that they had an opportunity to have anyone who wanted be in front of NFL wives on Super Bowl Sunday, right? To sponsor an opportunity to be in front of NFL wives on Super Bowl Sunday for, blew my mind what the price was, ridiculously cheap to me for that opportunity, right? And my mind immediately got influenced by Marcella's desire. She was nowhere in the room, nowhere in the state, nowhere in the conversation, but my mind got influenced by her desire and I made a connection. And sure enough, there was her business with the NFL wives on Super Bowl Sunday, sponsoring a brunch, getting to meet them, walking down the red, like yellow brick road to her desires manifesting. That is ease. That is what it looks like. That's why what do you want to work on? Logic and hard work and effort, or you want to learn how to master this? That's the camp that I'm in. I want to introduce you before we go to an amazing woman, Ray. If you're still with us, can you jump up on stage?
Hey, how are you?
So Ray, oh my gosh, a ray of divine light. I love it. So Ray joined our program the last time we enrolled 4 or 5 months ago. And Ray, really quickly, I know you have this beautiful testimonial, but given the time, can you just talk about one of the things that I remember you saying was, I had not seen $5,000 days for a long time in my business. And like within the first 30 days, just tell us like what's on your heart right now to the woman who is like, should I do this? Is this for me? Just share your story, your testimonial really quick.
Okay, thank you so much. Tasha, time has been well spent this week. This has been a powerful, impactful 5 days. I literally got more out of these 5 days than I did when I signed up. So thank you for this opportunity. I am grateful, honored for the opportunity to share. This is humbling for me, so I'll get right to it. Tasha, deep bow to you. The divinity in me greets and salutes the divinity in you. So I won't be long. I want to get right to it. I just want to thank you, Tasha, for your style of teaching and facilitating. This comes from a former special ed teacher and cosmetology instructor. So I know the importance of reaching different learner styles and types. So you always do an amazing job of explaining something and breaking it down to its least common denominator. So I thank you. But I get giddy inside when you come with an illustration or props, because I know for sure in my Tasha voice, I'm going to get it 1000%. Every illustration this week alone, literally, was life-changing for me. So, and here's why. I'm a visual learner, and every time you demo or give an illustration, I get it on a deeper level. So thank you. With that being said, I want to get started. Matthew 6:23 says, "But if thine eye be evil, the whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee is darkness, how great is that darkness?" Let me show you. So Tasha, this is you. And this is me. And when I started this program, I signed up with money, trauma, and triggers, burnt out to the max, not realizing who I am, strong in my masculine energy, unaware of my power, totally in ego. Add a little childhood trauma in there too. Somewhere on my journey, I lost my spark. But there Tasha was. It was in me.
Oh.
It was already in me. And the chapter before that, Matthew 6:23 said, "The light of the body is the eye." What are you feeding that eye? The reticular eye,
activating system
that Tasha's been talking about all week. What is that eye saying? What does that eye believe? Because if that eye be single, thy whole body is full of light. Your eyes are the windows. Another version says your eyes are the windows into your body. If you open your eyes wide in wonder, I found wonder in this program. When was the last time we wondered, our childlike wonder and belief? Belief is a state of being. We've been talking about that all week. Your body fills with light. So Tasha, I'm done, literally. I'm coming in hot. So in my best Alicia Keys voice, this girl is on fire. That's it. I will drop the mic. Time has been well spent. Mwah, mwah.
Listen, oh my gosh, we got to bring you back. We need that.
My testimony. Mwah.
Listen, we need the full sermon. We got to bring you back. But I just want you that, like, I'm going to go off on a tangent if I start talking about that. Ray, that was all the things. You know, Ray, and that light, when you saw that light and you got back into just the truth of who you were,
Ooh,
I remember you had days behind each other, $5,000 days, like back to back to back. Like, what is that feeling to just be back in your light?
Oh my God. I freed myself. And I found that I had the keys to do it here. It was been in me all along. That's why the illustration with the lighter, it's in it, but I had drowned it out with fear and trauma. And I had some healing to do. You know, trauma, money traumas. I worked hard to get to where I was. And I wanted to know, how am I going to maintain it? You worked hard, you got to keep working hard. And I was just on burnout. So in burnout, I just said, you know what, Lord, I'm going to just trust you. And I said it when I signed up. Well, you know what, I'm going to just trust you. And it has been life-changing for me. It really, really has. And in my power, Tasha, I don't worry anymore. When I pray, I say what I need kind of as a matter of factly. And I go to sleep and I sleep in peace and I wake up and it's done. And I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. All right. I get it. But no, Tasha, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. Honestly, it is. It is truly a spiritual awakening and journey. It's been life-changing.
Wow.
But this girl is on fire.
That's right. Fire. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to do our activation in a second. It's 111, my favorite number. And, you know, that number signifies a passage and a moment in time where we just go through this portal to all of our next levels of wealth with ease. That is my heart's desire and intention in this moment. And so it is. I just want you to imagine 4 months from now, July. We're in July, right? We're on a Zoom call. We're having this conversation where you are literally, the way we end our program is our very last call, we do this powerful activity. I don't want to give it away. But as you're sitting there on that last call with me, you realize 4 months just flew by like that. It seemed like it was 4 days. But in that time, you shattered your money limits. All of the financial ceilings that have been there for you for 7 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever time period, shattered in 4 months. You realize that you have this piece that Ray just talked about, because the how, it's gone. You're like, oh my God, I can't remember last time I thought about how I was going to get something I desired financially. You have proven your power to the point where it blows your own mind, the life that you're living. I told someone yesterday, I'm constantly pinching myself, like, for real? Like, that's what you are experiencing 4 months. In 4 months from now, easy and relaxed is like everyone in our community, easy and relaxed. It's just our flow. It's how we roll. That's you. You're living easy and relaxed. Wealth opportunities chase you down. They chase you down, not you trying to figure out how to get them. They're chasing you down. Clients, new business, a promotion, 0% loans, the capital you needed, all the stuff that's been stuck kind of in energetic escrow for so long in your life, broken. It's like the floodgates have opened, and it happened in no time, fast as you can imagine, right? And this is what you're celebrating in July of this year. You stood for what you deserve. And because that theory that says you get what you deserve, you learn how to become deserving. And everything that is a match for what you truly learn to deserve has showed up for you. Maybe that's a relationship. Maybe it's an improved marriage. Maybe it's just stuff happening easy for you. Maybe it's that you deserve to be the one who ends this for your entire family, right? you get to the place where you're like, I'm looking at my bank account and this is the most money I have ever had sitting in my bank account. And this happened in 4 months. So many women that have been on have been like, oh my God, wow, in the short period of time, just you are a wow to your life 4 months from now. And the best part, you get to look at yourself in the mirror and go, I did it. I did it. I did what it took to be looking at the woman I always knew I could be. I always knew I was capable of being. And I am really proud to look at her and have her look at me. I am that future wealthy version of me. I am her now. And this is just 4 months from now. What would it be worth to you? I want you to type in the comments and just tell me 4 months. 4 months, that's a very short period of time to have this be shown to you, how to have this easy, how to have it happen fast, how to have it happen while you're having fun. And somebody said, do I need to quit my job for 120 days? No, because I know if I can make it easy, fun, and fast for you, 15 minutes, couple minutes of your day, every day, you're going to be as excited as you are to wake up and spend the money. You will be willing to spend the few minutes to do what I teach you how to do. What would it be worth to you? I want you to give me a number. What would it be worth to you to get that woman in 4 months? Give me a number. Would it be worth 100,000, 50,000? Like, don't worry about if you have the money. Just what is a number that you'd be like, Tasha, if you can show me how to do that, I am seriously willing to give you this much money. Like, what would it be worth to you? I see you life-changing, the world, priceless, but I want you to put a number. Put it in dollars. I know it's priceless. Well, what's priceless? What's right below priceless in actual dollars to you? $100,000, $50,000, $120,000, right? I am currently invested in myself over 6 figures because I know that the 6 figures that I'm investing is the path to activating the 8-figure Tasha. So the 6 figures that I'm investing in myself is a drop in the bucket for me to get access to my 8-figure Tasha. It's like nothing. I'll spend that 3 times over because I understand that is the value to me. And I don't want to wait 10 years to get to 8 figures. I want to do it fast. So I'm willing to spend 6 figures. Does that make sense to you? That's the value for me. I love that you guys, I want you exactly, like, let us put it in dollars and cents. This is what it's worth to me to become this woman. Now, if you are here and you're the woman and you're like, Tasha, show me how. I want to be very clear about the women that I'm looking to support. And you get to decide if this woman is you. Right? I'm going to tell you the criteria that I have for welcoming you into the program. And I want you to see, you get to choose. Is that me or is that not me? So if you know you have a burning desire for wealth with ease, like you want it, like you can taste it, feel it, you know it is what you're meant to have, and that desire is 1,000 out of 100, then you're my woman. If you know that you are capable of wealth, you know you have either an idea, a business, whatever it is inside of you, you just need to activate it, then you're my woman. If you are the person who you know it all, you know all this stuff, you know what I mean? You've read all the books, you watch all the YouTube videos, you're Esther Hicks fan, you're an IG and TikTok person, you are constantly consumed with knowledge, you've read all the books, you've done Joe Dispenza, like you know everything. But the thing is the result. You are my woman because I know I don't have to teach you the knowledge. I just have to activate it for you. I have to show you what it looks like to implement. That's all you're missing. You have the knowledge, but you don't have the result. You're the perfect woman for me because I just want to show you the missing piece, right? If that's you, if you know, I love the idea of the exact steps. Like me, I'm an academic. I thrive on tell me the formula. Just tell me the formula. I'm going to do exactly what the formula says to do. I thrive on that. I don't want to figure it out. If you want to figure this out, then that's like you're not my woman, and I love you. I love you. I really do. But, like, I want the woman who is like, I don't want to figure it out. I'm tired of trying to figure it out. I want you, Tasha, to tell me the exact steps because I love easy and simple, and just tell me what to do. Have these mentors support me so that I do it. If you're the woman who knows, you will get incredible results when you are around like-hearted women. You're in a community, like, you thrive on energy. You can tell I thrive on energy, right? Put me in a space where there are a lot of other amazing women with my level of energy or higher, and I am, watch out, blazing the world on fire. If you love energy, you love community, you love being supported, you're the woman for me. If you know that, and I'm going to say this with love, but you need some accountability. Like Carla said, you need to be just held and supported so that you implement and embody. You know what to do, you're just not doing it. But if you were supported and held in being what you need to be, embodying and doing the things, you would see the results that you need. And last but not least, the woman for me is the one who can handle my energy for 120 days, because you're going to get a lot of me. One of the things that I love about this program is this may very well be the last time that I deliver this program myself. In the future, I see it being our mentors delivering it. But this go around, it's going to be me. And if you could see yourself with me in your life for 120 days, then you're the woman for me. And if you're like, Tasha, you're a lot, I can't, I'm okay with that. I really am. I'm okay with that. But if you feel it with me, that's what matters to me. All of my mentors, I energetically connect to. I know that they were sent to support me. I know it because I feel it, not because of what they say, but because I feel it. So if you have felt that all week, then you're the woman that I prayed God would send for me to guide. And I feel that if you feel that, then I'm the woman that God sent to answer your prayers. Right? And so I'm just going to say, let's do this thing. Look at the time. Okay. Book your call, go to moneyandprofitmastery.com or type the word action. Type the word action, check Facebook Messenger, book your call. Let's just do this. Let's be together in July, screaming, celebrating the new you. And let's do our activation. Close your eyes. This one's going to be beautiful and amazing. As you close your eyes, I just want you to think, when you think of wealth with ease, what is a moment, just a quick moment, like it just flashes by your eyes? But that scene, that moment for you is the epitome of wealth with ease. So for me, I'm going to share mine. Mine, I love hiking. I love being at the top of a mountain, looking out at a beautiful vista, like really high up. That's when I feel the most connected to God. It's like I am one with God in those moments. And so I have just reached a summit. I'm at a beautiful peak overlooking the ocean, and all around me are really high mountains. And in this moment, I check my phone and there's a message that says my bank balance increased by $2.4 million. Like, I was just out here doing my thing, hiking, having fun, and my bank balance just increased by that amount. Like, that is to me, there's so much about that moment that is just wealthy. I'm doing what I love. Money is showing up. It didn't require much effort from me. Like, yes, that is it for me. What is it for you? Bring it to your mind. Just think of that moment and know that that is your future wealthy self showing that picture to you to remind you this is an option that you can choose. Are you choosing it? Will you choose it? Will you say yes? So that there's a moment very soon from now where you're physically living what you just saw and you are remembering when it first appeared to you. You're in the moment remembering. I remember when I thought about this a few months ago, and now here I am physically experiencing it. Look around, look down at your hands in this moment, look down at your feet as you're in your imagination, and just see yourself in that moment of wealth with ease. What are you wearing? Who's there? What are the sounds that you hear? But more important of all, how do you feel to be in this experience of wealth with ease? And know that is the most powerful activation to calling it in, is to be able to see it and to see yourself in it and to know it is done. And so it is. And with that, 5 days together has come to a close. But what I'm the most excited about is this is the beginning of 120 days together. It's like Tammy said, if you got so much from the free stuff, from 5 days of free, imagine when you're invested and I am showing up for you 1,000 times in return for what you invested. My desire is that you get 1,000% return on your investment. And I'm going to show up at 1,000% return for you. And so I want you to imagine what that's going to be like, right? So this is just the start of our 120 days journey together. We actually begin our first kickoff call it's March 15th. So we're doing all the things. Those of you that say yes by March 6th, which is Monday, you book your call, you say yes, you get $1,000 of a gift, $1,000 off, and you get to have a VIP session with me before we even begin. All right. So those are the fast action bonuses. Get yourself booked a call, get yourself like sorted out and just in it to win it. And I will see you all March 15th. Mwah! I love this week with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing God to speak through me and into your hearts. Have a great Friday, everyone. Bye.